Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we're delving into Five Voices by Jeremie Kubicek and Steve Cockram, a formidable guide aimed at revolutionizing the way we communicate in both our professional and personal spheres. Published in 2016, Five Voices serves as a compass for understanding the unique communicator within each of us. Through insightful strategies and valuable tips, this book paves the way for more effective and harmonious interactions. Jeremie Kubicek, once the CEO of LeaderCast conferences and a notable figure in leadership development, teams up with Steve Cockram, the co-founder of Giant Worldwide and a renowned leadership consultant. Together, they leverage their extensive experience to shed light on five pivotal communicative strategies. Their expertise is not just theoretical, but deeply rooted in the practical application of improving leadership through enhanced communication. Five Voices is tailored for a broad audience, but finds its perfect readers among CEOs, executives, team leaders, and anyone keen on refining their communication skills. Whether you're at the helm of a corporation or part of a team striving for excellence, Kubicek and Cockram's advice is indispensable. Their work is not just about talking effectively, it's about transforming your approach to communication in a way that fosters understanding, respect, and progress. Join us as we unpack the wisdom of Five Voices, exploring how identifying and masterfully employing your communicative style can lead to more impactful and rewarding interactions in every aspect of your life. Five Voices: How to Communicate Effectively with Everyone You Lead. Introduction. Unlock the secret to masterful communication. Ever wonder why pang of regret after a disagreement feels so familiar? Perhaps it's because, like a script that never changes, many of us keep stumbling into the same communication pitfalls. According to ancient wisdom, take Plato for instance, ideal communication unfolds through engaging dialogues where each participant builds on the other's input, pushing towards mutual enlightenment. However, the reality of our daily exchanges often skews from this ideal, morphing into battlegrounds where listening falls by the wayside, replaced by a relentless echo of our own perspectives. Why the discord, you ask? Jeremie Kubicek and Steve Cockram believe the culprit behind this ubiquitous breakdown in communication is a fundamental misunderstanding of our conversational dynamics, specifically the diverse voices we employ in our interactions. Much like a seasoned actor slips from role to role, each of us navigates through multiple voices, typically gravitating towards one that dominates our communicative style. Recognizing and understanding the strengths and weaknesses inherent to each of these voices can drastically transform our approach to conversations, making them less about winning and more about connecting. In this insightful journey into the mechanics of human interaction, you'll explore the mechanisms behind identifying the five distinct conversational voices, strategies for knowing when to yield and when to stand firm in dialogue, techniques to draw out contributions from even the most reticent participants. By mastering this understanding, you'll not only enhance your ability to steer conversations towards more fulfilling outcomes, but also unearth the joy of truly connecting with those around you, whether at work or home. Join us in unraveling the mysteries of effective communication and watch as the doors to richer, more meaningful interactions swing wide open. Part 1. The Unheard Voices. Understanding the Nurturers Among Us. In the realm of communication, imagine we're painters with a palette of different voices. These voices represent our unique styles of expression, shifting shades and strokes depending on our social canvas. Among these, some of us, perhaps without even realizing it, primarily use what's known as the nurturer voice. Are you the kind who prioritizes harmony and values the well-being of the group over individual gain? If so, you might be painting with the nurturer's brush. Nurturers have an intrinsic desire to support and uplift those around them, They're the champions of compassion, placing others' needs before their own, with the hope of creating a nurturing environment both in the workplace and beyond. Think of the manager who stays late to ensure their team feels valued and supported, or the friend who drops everything to help you navigate a challenging move. Their actions stem from a belief rooted deep within that the welfare of people trumps profit every time. However, this unwavering dedication to the collective well-being doesn't always echo as loudly as it should. Nurturers face a significant hurdle. Their voices often go unheard. This silent struggle can ripple through organizations, diluting the very morals nurturers strive to uphold. Imagine a world where the voice championing for ethical practices and emotional support is overshadowed by the clamor of profit margins and deadlines. The absence of the nurturer's influence could steer any environment toward a competitive, cutthroat culture, significantly impacting overall morale. Ironically, despite their critical role, nurturers tend to shrink into the background, doubting their own value. This modesty, though admirable, means that a significant portion of the population, around 43% as estimated by the authors, might not be fully contributing their perspectives in decisions that matter. This realization begs the question: how do we ensure the nurturers among us are heard? How do we amplify their essential voices in a chorus dominated by louder, perhaps less compassionate notes? As we delve deeper into the diverse world of communicative voices, let's remember the importance of nurturing the nurturers, ensuring their invaluable insights shape our collective future. Part 2. The Pioneers of Tomorrow. Navigating the world of creatives. Imagine standing at the edge of innovation, peering into the future with eyes wide open, itching to leap forward. If this resonates with you, you may embody the voice of a creative, the architects of change and the maestros of imagination. Whether inventing the next small convenience like the post-it note or revolutionizing an entire industry, creatives are the ones daring to dream up answers to questions we've yet to ask. These visionary thinkers can be found across the spectrum, from the artist sketching out their next masterpiece to the engineer devising solutions that seem drawn from science fiction. What ties them together is not just their propensity for original thought, but their innate desire to venture where others haven't, constantly pushing the boundaries of possibility. However, being a creative is a unique journey, shared only by a mere 9% of the population, according to the author's findings. This rarity places creatives in sought-after positions within realms valuing innovation, such as academia, technology, and the arts. Yet, this valued position comes with its own set of challenges, particularly when it comes to sharing their visionary ideas with the world. Bridging the gap between groundbreaking ideas and practical understanding can be a tightrope walk for creatives. Their thought process, fueled by inspiration and often shrouded in complexity, tends to lose the less imaginatively inclined along the way. This communication barrier not only stifles the potential for innovation, but can also lead creatives into a spiral of self-doubt as their contributions go unrecognized or misunderstood. Consider Paul, a graphic designer whose moment of inspiration fell flat in front of his team, only for the same idea to be heralded as genius when presented with a different wrapper. Such instances can dim the brightest of sparks, urging creatives to retreat into the shadows rather than risk the exposure of their ideas to indifference or critique. The journey forward requires a twofold effort. Creatives must refine their storytelling, making their visions accessible and engaging, while those around them should strive to peel back the layers of complexity, appreciating the innovation at its core. Recognizing and nurturing the voice of the creative within our midst is crucial, for they are the vanguards of progress, guiding us towards a future reimagined. Part 3. The Steadfast Sentinels, Champions of Tradition and Pragmatism. Within the kaleidoscope of voices that shape our discourse, guardians stand as the unwavering defenders of tradition and pragmatism. In the political arena, they might be likened to conservatives, individuals who don both the armor of preservation and the shield of caution, safeguarding the legacy of the past against the untested innovations of the future. At their core, guardians hold a deep reverence for the established norms that have stood the test of time. Unlike nurturers, whose gaze is fixed on the humane aspects of the present, guardians are the custodians of continuity, striving to stave off changes they perceive as threats to the well-oiled machinery of society. It's their belief in the inherent value of the existing system, with its proven successes over speculative ventures, that defines their purpose. In an era that lionizes novelty and disparages convention, guardians might appear to some as impediments to progress, a perspective that risks undervaluing their indispensable contribution. The popular penchant for innovation can often cast guardians in an unforgiving light, branding them as opponents of change rather than as thoughtful proponents of stability. This simplification overlooks the depth of their dedication to safeguarding the collective gains of our society. Guardians are distinguished not just by their conservative outlook, but also by a grounded pragmatism that equips them to critique the feasibility of proposed innovations and ventures. Their keen eye for the pitfalls of grandiose proposals can serve as a crucial counterbalance, preserving resources and guiding their communities and organizations away from the allure of seemingly miraculous solutions that hold little substance. Imagine the scenario where an organization is tempted by an offer that promises unprecedented returns. Magic beans, if you will. Guardians are the ones meticulously scrutinizing the fine print, tempering enthusiasm with a healthy dose of skepticism, ensuring that decisions are anchored in reality rather than swayed by fantastical promises. Though they may be viewed as the boring voice amid a chorus clamoring for change, guardians are, in many respects, the unsung heroes, the protective barrier shielding us from the excesses of our enthusiasm. Their voice, though perhaps less glamorous, is indispensable, serving as a constant reminder that sometimes the best way forward is to hold steadfast, preserving the foundations upon which future successes can be built. Part 4. The Masters of Unity. How Connectors Make the World a Smaller Place. Imagine a world where every introduction, every gathering, feels like a reunion of long-lost friends. This isn't just a fantasy, it's the everyday reality orchestrated by the connectors among us. These individuals possess a unique talent for knitting the disparate threads of our social fabric into a cohesive tapestry, making strangers feel like old friends and drawing everyone into a shared circle of warmth and engagement. Identifying a connector isn't hard. If someone in your office seems to know just the person to call for any problem, or if they're always expanding their network to help others, you've likely found one. They are the human bridges linking different worlds with a grace that seems almost effortless. Yet, this innate ability to socialize widely sometimes comes at a personal cost. Their vast network of contacts can mean that deep, close friendships are fewer and farther between. Despite this, connectors truly shine within professional environments. Their natural ability to motivate and inspire enthusiasm makes them invaluable, wherever teamwork and collaboration are pivotal. Whether it's introducing new hobbies or spearheading projects, their infectious excitement ensures they're never alone in their pursuits. If a connector finds a newfound passion for an activity, chances are they'll have the whole team on board in no time, fully immersed and equally passionate. The essence of what makes connectors so crucial to any workspace is their profound appreciation for cooperative effort. They operate with a conviction that together, everyone achieves more, and this belief is not just idealistic but deeply pragmatic. By fostering relationships that cross the usual boundaries of departments or specializations, connectors facilitate a culture of unity and shared purpose. This characteristic makes them indispensable in any organization where success is built not on individual prowess, but on the collective strength of its members. Living embodiments of the adage, "United we stand, divided we fall." Connectors are the unsung heroes ensuring that the sum of our efforts always exceeds its parts. Part 5. The Unyielding Visionaries. the drive and determination of pioneers. Imagine encountering a force so relentless, so single-minded in its pursuit of a goal, that it seems nothing in this world could deter its path. This is the essence of the pioneer, not merely a voice among many, but a clarion call that echoes the unshakable resolve to achieve and exceed. It's not the volume of their voice that sets them apart. It's the unwavering conviction they bring to every argument, every strategy, every decision. Pioneers embody the spirit of the strategic thinker, with a vision so vivid and compelling that it propels them forward with the indomitable force of a freight train barreling down the tracks. Their goals are not modest. Pioneers set their sights on horizons that stretch beyond the mere opening of a business to envisioning empires that rival the likes of Starbucks or McDonald's. Their ambition is boundless, fueled by a belief in the sheer power of their vision. In the relentless pursuit of their dreams, pioneers understand the necessity of making hard choices, the kind that others might flinch from. They conceptualize work as both a battlefield and a chessboard, where each move is calculated with precision, and sacrifices are seen not as losses, but as strategic necessities for the larger victory. Take the story of Jane Farden, a CEO faced with the dire prospect of closing her cosmetics company amid a recession. With her company teetering on the brink, Jane found herself torn between the compassionate urges of her nurturer voice and the strategic imperatives of her pioneering instinct. It was in embracing the latter that she found the path to renewed success. By dissolving the company only to rebuild it from the ashes, she not only resurrected her business but also forged a new model of leadership, one that tempered her pioneering drive with the empathetic guidance of nurturers and guardians. This balance, this synthesis of the pioneering drive with the caring oversight of other voices, encapsulates the potential of pioneers to not just achieve their objectives, but to do so in a way that honors the complexity of human enterprise. Pioneers, with their eyes on the prize, teach us the importance of conviction and strategic sacrifice. Yet, their journey also reminds us that even the most single-minded among us thrive when they learn to incorporate the diverse strengths and insights of the collective voices that surround them. Part 6. Harmonizing the chorus. Empowerment for nurturers and freedom for creatives. Picture this: a room full of diverse talents where every unique voice is not only heard, but also valued. The reality, however, often presents a stark contrast: meetings where the dominant voices eclipse the subtler but equally important ones. Yet, envisioning a scenario where each member, from the nurturers to the creatives, contributes their best is not just wishful thinking. It's entirely achievable with a thoughtful approach to team dynamics. For starters, let's focus on the nurturers, the cornerstone of empathy and consideration in any group. Their reticence to step into the spotlight is not a sign of indifference, but a thoughtful pause, often undermined in the rush of louder opinions. Emphasizing direct encouragement to nurturers is crucial. Let them know their insights are crucial and champion their perspective. A pivotal step is to create an environment where their ideas are met with respect, not immediate criticism. This means not only personally valuing their input, but also cultivating a team culture where they feel safe and encouraged to share. It involves more than just asking them to speak up. It's about actively safeguarding their voice from being drowned out, especially in their early attempts to contribute more actively. Now, let's turn our attention to the creatives, the visionaries who dare to dream beyond conventional boundaries. The key to unleashing their potential lies in redefining their role within the team to encourage unfettered innovation. This doesn't mean rubber-stamping every outlandish idea, but rather cultivating a patience for the creative process, recognizing that today's wild notion could be tomorrow's breakthrough. It's about creating a buffer zone where ideas can be explored without the immediate threat of dismissal or harsh critique. Encourage the team to adopt a stance of curiosity over criticism, asking questions that refine and probe rather than shut down creative sparks. In doing so, We acknowledge that the journey to brilliance is littered with failed experiments, and that's not just acceptable, it's expected. The path to a harmonious team, where nurturers feel emboldened to share and creatives are liberated to explore, is paved with intentional strategies aimed at understanding and leveraging the strengths of each voice. By fostering a culture of mutual respect and open-mindedness, we not only enhance the team's performance, but also enrich the collective experience, turning every meeting room into a crucible of collaboration and innovation. Part 7. Transforming Team Dynamics, Balancing Voices for Better Meetings. In our journey to foster a collaborative and inclusive team environment, we've delved into ways to elevate the quieter voices. Now, let's pivot our focus to moderating the more assertive personalities to ensure a harmonious and productive meeting space, beginning with the guardians. Guardians, with their innate skepticism towards change, often challenge the status quo, raising questions that others might overlook. Far from being obstructive, these inquiries are vital, rooting discussions in realism and safeguarding against impulsive decisions. Recognizing their role as pivotal to maintaining a balanced perspective, it's imperative to communicate to the team the value guardians bring. They are not adversaries but custodians of the company's well-being, meticulously dissecting proposals to preempt potential pitfalls. Transitioning from the methodical scrutiny of guardians, the stage is ideally set for connectors to shine. These natural motivators use their affinity for relationship building to weave a sense of shared purpose and excitement among team members. For connectors, the post-analysis phase is their moment to galvanize the group, rallying spirits and aligning energies towards a common goal. However, their passion can sometimes leave them vulnerable to taking feedback too personally, hence a gentle reminder to view critique as a route to collective improvement rather than individual criticism can help maintain their equilibrium. Then comes the turn of the pioneers, those with a knack for steering the ship with their bold vision and ambition. Given their propensity to dominate discussions, reserving their input for the final phase ensures a more equitable exchange of ideas. This strategy prevents them from setting an overly assertive tone early on, allowing for a richer diversity of thought to emerge. Should their feedback veer towards the harsh, a prompt to maintain a constructive and empathetic approach helps keep the dialogue productive and respectful. By adeptly managing these different personalities, granting guardians the space to probe, empowering connectors to inspire, and guiding pioneers to contribute thoughtfully, we can engineer a meeting environment where every voice is not only heard but valued. This approach cultivates a team dynamic that thrives on balance, fostering innovation, cohesion, and a vibrant exchange of ideas that propels the organization forward. Part 8. Leading with Clarity: How Effective Managers Use Their Voices Wisely. Just like in the critical moments of an airplane safety demonstration, where securing one's own oxygen mask is paramount before assisting others, leaders in the workplace must first master their own communicative voices. If a team leader isn't adept at navigating their own vocal strengths and weaknesses, guiding their team members in honing theirs becomes a far more challenging task. Exemplary leadership is not about dominating the conversation with one's preferred style, but about recognizing and adjusting one's voice to serve the team's needs best. After all, the essence of leadership is to inspire, guide, and unify a group towards achieving shared objectives. This requires a deep understanding of your primary voice and how it influences the team dynamics. For nurturers, the focus should remain on fostering a supportive and empathetic work culture. Guardians, on the other hand, should emphasize the importance of stability, practicality, and risk assessment, guiding their team through the wisdom of existing structures. Creatives are tasked with remaining loyal to their innovative instincts while making concerted efforts to articulate their visions clearly. Connectors should leverage their innate ability to bind the team together, promoting open and effective communication. And pioneers? They need to sharpen their strategic outlook, leading decisively, especially when tough choices are on the line. However, versatility is key, Sticking solely to your dominant voice can hinder the growth and adaptability of both the leader and the team. Recognizing the value in your secondary voices can unlock new perspectives and solutions, enriching the team's collaborative efforts. Steve Cockram, co-author and a pioneer by nature, found his rhythm by allocating time to nurturing and guardian tasks, demonstrating the power of balanced voice management. Understanding the intricacies of the 5 voices not only enriches team collaboration, but also enhances personal relationships. It's about striking the right chord at the right time, whether in strategic planning sessions or in the minute details of day-to-day operations. Mastering this art of communication fosters an environment where each team member feels valued and understood, laying the foundation for a cohesive and productive team. As leaders begin to navigate their voices with intention and insight, they set the stage for transformative growth, both within the organization and in the personal spheres of those they guide. Final summary. In the complex tapestry of human communication, understanding and integrating the 5 distinct voices, the nurturer, the creative, the guardian, the connector, and the pioneer, is central to cultivating a thriving environment, whether in familial settings or within corporate teams. Each of these voices represents a unique set of characteristics and perspectives that, when leveraged correctly, enhance group dynamics and promote a sense of inclusivity and respect. The nurturer brings empathy and thoughtfulness, always prioritizing the well-being of others. The creative is the source of innovation and unorthodox solutions, constantly pushing boundaries. The guardian safeguards traditions and standards, providing a necessary counterbalance to impulsive decisions. The connector serves as the glue that holds the group together, facilitating communication and reinforcing relationships. Finally, the pioneer drives the group forward with bold visions and decisive action, often taking the lead in navigating challenges. A group's success hinges on its ability to harmonize these voices, ensuring each is heard and valued. It's about recognizing the strengths each voice brings to the table and creating an environment where diverse perspectives are not just tolerated, but seen as essential components of the decision-making process. By embracing the unique contributions of nurturers, creatives, guardians, connectors, and pioneers, groups can achieve a level of collaboration, creativity, and efficiency that is greater than the sum of its parts. This balanced approach paves the way for productive interactions, innovative solutions, and a culture of mutual respect, laying the groundwork for collective achievement and fulfillment. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.